It's me again, April Rail 2, the author of the Let's Be Real, My Life at a Glance book series. So, the question was asked a while ago, why I write poetry, or how does poetry help me? And so, I started writing poetry back in freshman year of high school when I started learning about different types of poetry, haikus, and all those different things, William Shakespeare. And that was the moment that the poetry was ignited within me. The love for poetry was ignited within me. I was always a very creative, artsy person, but that was the moment that I fell in love with poetry back in freshman year of high school. And so I always wanted to keep a journal, but for whatever reason I just wasn't any good at it. I couldn't sit down every day and write down my thoughts. But when poetry was introduced to me officially, that's when I was able to express myself the way that I really wanted to express myself. Eventually, for whatever reason, I fell off with poetry too. After writing it almost every day, I fell off of that for a number of years, and to the point that I forgot that that was even something that I loved to do, something that I was talented at. And so at one point back in 2014, in the middle of the year, I was going through a situation that I had been trying to deal with for a while, different hurts and pains that were within me. And I would pray all of the time, and I say, Lord, how can I cope with this situation? Give me something that I can use to help me cope. And one day I was at open mic. It was a Monday. I used to go out to the vibe sessions in Arizona, and one day I was at open mic, and this guy who had also been dealing with depression, who had been dealing with suicidal thoughts, he had got up on the mic, and the beginning of his poem started with him driving down the street and seeing a bumper sticker that stated, I write poetry because therapy is too expensive. And that is the moment that it clicked. That's the moment that I remembered that that was something that I had a love for at one time. That was something that I was talented at. And that was something that helped me cope through the situations throughout my teenage years. So why not use it now? And it's like we forget that we can get our answers. We can get our answers from the prayers that we prayed in the most mysterious ways. And so, from that moment on, from the next day, I went home and I wrote until everything that I was feeling, all of the emotions, all of the anger that I was feeling was down on paper. And when it was over with, I felt so much better. And since then, I have continuously been writing to help me cope through situations, just to even be able to express myself the way that I really want to be able to express myself to others, so that people can understand who I am. But that is something, poetry is something that has literally changed my life, that has changed my way of thinking, that has helped me cope with different situations. And so that is why, and that is where I found my love for poetry. That's why I decided to write this book, just so that I could help others understand that they are not the only ones going through the situations that they go through. So I want you to look out for Volume 1, Heartache, Honesty, and Revelation of the Let's Be Real, My Life at a Glance book series. That will be released December 31st, 2015, and it will be available on Amazon or Kindle. And I want you to share this information with whoever, whenever, wherever you can. And I thank you for listening. You have a great night or a great day. Thank you.